Well, my name is Mark Major. I'm in the business development space for a company called Agilyx New Zealand, which sells ERP systems in the New Zealand, Australia, and we just got our first Pacific Island customer as well. I'm in the business development space, so that's not just the selling side, but it's also the marketing and commercialisation. And I do that pretty much entirely in the technology space and services space as well. So I took my game, Plummet Freefall, into a worldwide number one app, no marketing budget whatsoever, was using growth hacking techniques. To start from the beginning, Plummet was a game based on me falling down a hole and breaking my back. So it was a real life story. So I was able to take that story and the DNA of my game and apply it out into the web and let it be captured and become its own beast. So I applied a growth hacking technique called trading up the chain. This is where you use media to push out your story out and outreach by not just focusing on pushing out to BuzzFeed or to Gizmo, which is I think is now dead. You're starting with small local papers or blogs which are desperate for news, and then you're feeding it up the chain. So you're trading up the chain by using anonymous email addresses. So you're not pushing up your own stuff and you're letting it grow organically. And this technique works extremely well when done properly and patiently. It's very easy just to get one news article and then immediately jump up the BuzzFeed. If you do it slowly and gradually, you can organically grow, and it's incredible the amount of conversions you get. So I was able to get all the way from, I think I had built in Wellington, and that went from there, which is a tiny blog, I think Creative HQ managers, to BBC World News. So I ended up speaking out to millions of people using this technique over the course of a week, and it resulted in about 300,000 downloads of my game, and it went absolutely crazy in Russia. Yeah, growth hacking is a really, really hard one, and that's because if a growth hack works yesterday, it's not going to work today. Pretty much growth hack is taking advantage of a weakness in the market to push your idea out there. For example, the first growth hack ever was putting an email at the bottom of emails. Hotmail was when having sign up for Hotmail. So I'd send you an email, you'd see the little bottom line saying, this is a free email from Hotmail, and that started them going. So that was their growth hack. That doesn't work nowadays. So there's probably another question. The number one thing around getting your head around growth hacking is first off understanding marketing. You can't exploit a weakness in the idea of marketing in your market without first knowing it. So I would say instead of jumping straight into growth hacking, get an understanding of market, get an understanding of your persona, do some segmentation, understand which websites they go to, how they use your tool, and then you can start to see the weaknesses and start looking. You need to be aware of the fact that systems aren't perfect and therefore you can't exploit them. You have to be original with good growth hacking and also with business to business. So business marketing and growth hacking don't go together that well. It's much easier to do a business to consumer product such as an application because it's just can spiral so much faster because you've got such a big market, so you really can get that snowball effect. While business to business you can get growth hacking, however I've never seen it to the impact of something like Hotmail or Dropbox. Telling a story, don't start with your features, start with your story. No one cares about your feature. They care, but they're not going to be hooked. You need to get someone's attention first, get them along the journey, and then finally you can start bringing out your features and then you offer them how much the price is. That's pretty much problem, solution, features, sell. That's how you sell anything. But you need to understand that. You can't lead first with features. If you can tell a story which captures someone's attention at the start, it's not a hack, but it's the easiest way to get someone's attention. Other hacks, I would say, you've got to keep your eye on social media, and also the legacy media is always easy to exploit. And the reason for that is because you've got to understand that they're always looking for a story. Their paychecks are based on how many eyeballs they get. They are very, very happy to take your story and publish it, even if it's not 100% fact checked. This is even true with blogs. If you can email a blog with saying, the most practical advice I can give you is don't email them a press release because you don't want to start with location people. You start with, hey, here's my story, quick blurb, how's that sound? And they'll get back to you. You don't need to send a press release and they'll just go from there.